Hey YouTube, Books Nelson here with another breakdown. So today we're going to be talking about this free Galaxy Opal World Be Free. Before we get into the content, I will tell you how to acquire this card. Just go to your exchange, turn in a whole bunch of bronze shoe boosts, and there it is, you have the card. Alright, so let's get right into the content now. So World Be Free is a 6'3 guard, and his name is not Gilbert Arenas or Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. So that means he is in the fun category, because if you are running point guard, you're running those two free cards, and they are both absolutely excellent. That having been said, if you don't have those two cards yet for whatever reason, or if you're just looking to switch it up and have a very good time, World Be Free is your man, because this is a card that you can 100% be successful with in any game mode, because he has, I'm not going to name all of his statistics, but I will show it to you guys as I discuss the card. So if you watch me scroll down here, you're going to see a bunch of really great stats all down the board, right? The only stats that he doesn't have that are not absolutely juiced, besides post-up stats, are his block is a 75, his strength is an 84. I think his interior strength is also not super high, it's an 85, right? So outside of that, everything else pretty much is in the 90s. Standing dunk is a 60. That's actually the only notable stat that I'd really look at and say is not there. Everything else, 3-point, speed, all of his shooting, all of his dribbling is way up there. 98 pass accuracy, that's actually huge. That's great for a card. High pass accuracy just makes you passively better at the game. And same thing for his badges. He doesn't have a movable enforcer. I will tell you guys what badges I would put on this card right off the bat. So the badges, he has most of the badges that he needs to be basically perfect at what he does, which is be a 6'3 do-it-all point guard on the offensive end. What is he missing? He's missing, well, you can't give him a movable enforcer, so that ship has sailed. But you can give him physical handles, which I would 100% put on the card. You can also give him rise up, which you probably have some spare rise up and physical handles cards out there, because those aren't popular like meta badges that you put on all of the top cards. So I would definitely look at least giving him gold on those two cards. And from a defensive standpoint, you can give him brick wall, but that is a card you want, that is a badge you wind up putting on a lot of cards. And you could also give him if you wanted to, rebound chaser, just to help him grab the spare board. I don't know if I'd get too into that, but I would definitely say physical handles 100% is the one that I would give him. Physical handles and rise up above everything else I would give to this card. Give him physical handles and rise up, he's good to go. All right, so let's get right to his dribbles. So actually, let's not get to his dribbles. I want to discuss one thing about the card that is a negative. So he has a floater specialist layup package, which counterintuitively is not good for floaters. Even when the floater happens from far away, it is very slow. But you'll see here, as I get to about the 15-foot area, he will either get a jumper or he will glide into the opponent like so. Very unreliable, never do it. What's good about this package? The scoops. Scoops are actually quite effective in this package. They evade the opponent very well, going to both directions, right? So I would highly recommend, if you're in that situation, just because most of the layup package is bad doesn't mean all of it's bad. So go ahead and use those scoops to evade your opponent, be very slick around the basket, giving him a lot of options. Now, most of the time he's going to the basket, he's trying to do this and stick dunk. And we're going to get right into how he gets to these stick dunks, because he's very good at it with a 95 driving dunk, right? So he's getting on that rim and getting some good animations going that way. All right, so without wasting any more time, let's go into his signature animations. So first things first, Michael Jordan dribble style. Very good, and even better on a card that's this fast, right? So with Michael Jordan dribble style, what you're learning is these two push crosses basically. So you have this more vertical push cross, which is more for attacking directly at the basket. You have a very similar one, but just moving in a more angular direction. Like you see how I'm not moving quite as forward, right? I'm moving more to the side. So you got to learn that, and that puts a little bit of a skill floor on the Michael Jordan dribble style, right? So if you really want to be using that, you have to learn that little bit of skill there to access that. And then you have his more traditional push cross right here, right? And each one of those is done by basically 11 and 1 o'clock on the left stick while holding turbo. Really, you could say 3 or 6 o'clock, or more like just above 3, like between 2 and 3 o'clock, and between, I said 6 o'clock, between 2 and 3 o'clock, and between 10 and 9 o'clock to get this more 45-degree one. And then if you want the true push cross, like the one that looks more like the Devin Booker one, then you want to hit that 5 o'clock or 7 o'clock on the left stick, right? Now, what does that combine well with? If you've been to this channel before, you know what's coming next. The signature size up. He has Donovan Mitchell's signature size up, which I'm really glad because I haven't gotten a chance to explore that one, and a lot of cards are getting it. Is it a good one? It sure is. So you do have access to these kind of soft dribble combos with that signature style, right? Which is kind of funny. Now, dribbling in front of your opponent like this is usually right stick ripper bait, but hey, this is an in-depth breakdown, so I'm going to say he has it. I don't know if this is really useful in the wild, to be completely honest with you, but it is fun, it is cool, and it is an aspect of the dribble style. And a lot of dribble styles have combos like that. Some of them are better than others, right? Like James Harden's is a little better than this. But this combines very well with the Michael Jordan dribble style, right? We're not going to be going repeatedly like that. We're just going to be doing one and getting into our dribbles. And even without an escape with the Michael Jordan dribble style, I can actually go same direction off of this with a reasonable rate. Like I'm not really, it's not too bad of a stop or hesitation going from that normal size up, exploding the same side. And we know getting to that quick Michael Jordan push cross, whether I'm going more vertically, right, with a true basket attack, this is a nice element of the dribble style that a lot of people don't really use because dribble styles are still a little underutilized, believe it or not. Like they like the push cross, but they don't mess with anything else. But yeah, that's very good about this style. Being able to attack in every direction with just his size up and his dribble style is a wonderful thing. What else does he have? Well, he also has a great, and let's see if we can execute it here, same side burst. Excellent same side burst. Pretty easy to get to with this card. Very explosive. So now we have here, he is already, before we've gotten to any of his other dribbles, covered the cardinal directions that we talk about on this channel. He can go from ball hand to off ball hand. He can go north, and can he go south? He sure can, because he has this James Harden step back. Pin that one for later, we'll get to it. All right, so we've got the Donovan Mitchell signature size up mixed with this wonderful Michael Jordan dribble style on a very high speed character. And I will one thing I'll say before we get out of here with the Donovan Mitchell signature style is that between the legs is just fantastic. Do not ignore this between the legs comboing with that dribble style, and also comboing with this step back, right? It's really smooth. It really gives you a lot of flexibility to move with the card in every direction you want to. So he also has the Kemba escape. And I believe in the beginning of the video during the replay, I had some L2 canceling going on. And yeah, that Kemba escape is one of the best things for the L2 canceling. If you want the L2 canceling tutorial, that is in, you can either look at my Danny Green video or you can look at my dribble tutorial. But yeah, so he's very good. He can L2 cancel like a park card at the very highest level with one of the very, very best escapes in the game. You're basically talking about Kemba and Trae Young are the two best escapes in the game, and he has one of them. I use Kemba on all of my cards in my career, but I might start playing around with Trae. All right, so with the Kemba escape, you also get an elite between the legs, which is great, right? Elite between the legs burst, very easy, very consistent. So he can between the legs burst, and so keep in mind as we go through this, all of these things combo together, but we're going to keep it moving. All right, what is his next great signature size up? So he has the James Harden moving behind the back. So what does this mean? This means that in addition to L2, having the L2 cancel with the Kemba escape, he's also got the L2 cancel with this James Harden behind the back, right? And if you've watched this channel, you know what I'm going to say next. When you learn that James Harden behind the back, do it twice in the same direction, and you can keep going, right? So, because this is basically a hezi cancel, but you don't have to do a hezi. You can just do the behind the back twice, right? I don't know if you guys can hear my controller, but it's just tap, tap, go. Tap, tap, go, right? Behind the back, go. And you can, and that allows you now, mixed in with the L2 cancel, now you can switch directions, right? And you can also get into that snatch back and get your combo stuff and get your hop back and get your combo stuff. So already we see this card extremely versatile, extremely effective dribbler, both as a combo artist, both as also as a same side, efficient dribbler, and he's also got meta dribbles on top of everything else. So let's talk about this James Harden step back. This is actually really good step back, but it's not the same as the John Wall step back. So why is this really good? Well, number one, it creates good distance and disengages. But number two, if you're running at this 45-degree angle, right? So here we're gonna talk about some real game here. So this 45-degree angle, right? This is a very important angle in this game because you're running around the opponent, right? So you're running around the opponent, and you're also threatening your leaner, right? But at the same time, you can run around your opponent, curl towards the basket, and get to your stick dunk, right? With this card, with that James Harden step back, you can also run in that direction, step back, and get all the way behind the three-point line for a three ball. So when he's going in this direction here, he has access to everything in the game. He's accessing all of the threats, which is not normal for cards. You know, he's threatening the moving shot, he's threatening the stick dunk, and he's threatening the three ball when he's moving this way. And it's very difficult for your opponent to cover all three. And even if they do cover all three, well, thanks to this channel, you know how to get out of that very quickly, right? You can get out of that James Harden step back with anything. So even if they guess right when you're getting to this stuff, you can get to any of these other dribbles that we talked about, right? So, and you know, with his dribble style and with his SIGs, he does have really good default dribbles. What do I mean by default dribbles? The momentum, the misdirection, you know, that kind of stuff. The thing that every card has. Well, not almost every card has, but if you have an 86 ball handle, you have access to the momentum dribble, you have access to the misdirection, right? If you have the right, you know, behind the back and escape to do so. And he's very good at those things. So you mix all of that stuff in all together and you got a lot going on. But we're not done covering the sauce with this card yet, because there's one more thing I wanted to show you guys. So here is his moving crossover, right? It is good. It is not as good as Kobe, but it is good. I would say it's definitely, you know, up there in maybe the tier, the third tier. So let's say Kobe's S tier. This is like, you know, A- tier, right, of a crossover. And I'm going to talk to you about why. Because if you same side burst, right, let's try and get a good same side burst here. Same side burst, and you go to an angle, right? You want to go to an angle like that, you can hit that crossover and get to a stick dunk. Right? That's the thing. This is one of the best combos in the game. It's very simple. You same side burst, get to a crossover, get to a stick dunk. This is a high level, it's easy to do, but it is a high level combo to add into your arsenal. And he has access to it. You see, just look at the timing of how quickly he's getting on that rim from a standstill position, right? Like that's just a beautiful, beautiful thing. He doesn't have the behind the back to do it. You can also do that with the behind the back if you have Trae Young or something like that. But for most cards, they're going to be looking for their crossover to do that, and he's very, very, very good at that. It says he has pro hezzy. Let's see which hezzy he actually has. This actually looks like Tyrese Halliburton. If it's not Tyrese Halliburton, it's very similar. But yeah, great hezzy, and again with that Michael Jordan dribble style. I mean, you can really use that hezzy for anything. But I like this hezzy a lot because it combines well with the dribble style. And obviously gives you access to the same side burst and all of the dribbles that you want. So yeah, I think that covers everything for World Be Free. I have to say, this card is really fantastic. You know, is he as good as Gilbert and Shea? No, he's not as good as Gilbert and Shea. Is he super duper fun and really effective? And if for some reason you don't have those cards at the time of the recording of this video, or, you know, you missed the season, if you're watching this later or whatever, this World Be Free is pretty good. A really good card, really fun card. I think he can succeed at every level, but I do think the burden of this card, as they call it, the DPS burden in other games, you have to learn how to score with this card to get the most out of him, and hopefully this video has helped give you the tools to do that. That's going to be it for me and World Be Free. Go out and grab this card. He only costs you 30 shoe boost you were never going to use. Thanks so much for rocking with me as always. Please like and subscribe. I will see you guys in